44, chosen of the chosen few. Peace, love, and light to you. This is the live. I just did a video, so you'll see that later. I'll drop that later. But definitely wanted to come on live and speak to you all because today it's a day. It's the emotional thrush, as I said in the video. It's an emotional threshold for what is flushing out. And I want us to see what is happening in the energies, through the energies. There's some stuff happening, and we got to be able to see the difference. Like, there's a lot to go on. I wanted to share some of that light with you of what we're feeling within these 7 days, and this being somewhere in the middle of these 7 days on the 16th, where the moon is conjunct with Neptune and Saturn, and so there's this whole emotional upheaval going on. And as we're doing it, paying attention to the energies behind it, that's what I want to talk to us about. Going a bit more about those background energies. And the veils are very thin, and I want to say this so that we don't take anything lightly of what's happening. It's part of that whole spiritual paranoia. They're going to want to call you paranoid, but this is the truth of it, and that those energies are really seeking to slow you down. And so we have to know the difference between genuine communication and frequency distortions. Some of what's happening are frequency distortions to kind of throw us off a little bit, off of where we're to be going now. Like right now, we need to be, grounding and assessing what's happening, allowing the flush to happen, allowing the releasing, and we're releasing across multiple timelines, as you've been hearing me say. And so we have to allow this to happen. And so they're going to trigger some things, and we have to look at what we can and cannot do, or what we should and should not do, and what energies we're enabling. As you've been hearing me speak about the vibratory field and being authentic in the vibratory field, they're desperately trying to sow seeds of inauthenticity. And we have to be quickened onto what we see as energy distortions. Like, it may seem genuine when they're speaking to you, but you have to look at what's behind that. As I always say, people tell you and show you who they are. And I had to peel that back today. That's why I'm sharing it with you, because I had to, in true transparency, I had to make a decision, and I had to peel back what it is that I want to see versus what is, right? What is it that they are doing, and what is it, and how does that resonate with truth? And when you see, as nice as people want to be, when you see that they're showing evidence that there is no honor, there is no respect for spirit and for truth and what is, you can kind of feel through that thin veil where they persecute you. You can feel it in the energy. Even if they don't verbally say it, you can feel it in the energy where you're pretty much under persecution. Their unhealed wounds, the demons, their demonic unhealed wounds, have a perfect hate for you, put it that way. And so there's a persecution, and you can tell by just the way they say things and do things. Ashe. So for example, I had one, and this is how I had to look at it. I had one who said, she's too, you know how she is with truth. So that tells me you have an issue with me standing for truth no matter what, because they don't like truth when you are going against what they want to do. When they want to stay in their illusions, let's just put it that way, because it is what it is. For whatever reason, that's the vibrations they're in, and they're holding on to their illusions, and they don't like the disturbance of those illusions. The parasites within them do not like that. It detests what you come with in your light. So as much as they want to love you, they can't receive, and you can feel it in the energy. They can't embrace you. They can't honor you. When you are bringing truths to the forefront, when you stand in the truth, you can literally feel the disgust and the disdain. Whether sometimes they glitch in the matrix, sometimes you'll literally see a look on their face. Sometimes they kind of metamorphose, and you see ugly. like you'll see the demon, so to speak. You'll see something where it glitches, and you just kind of see this ugly in there, whether you see it in their face literally or you see it in the energy field. There's something that just becomes very distorted, and that's what I mean by frequencies of distortions. You will sense the distortion, you will see the distortion, even if it's with third eye. Mostly it's going to be through third eye, inner sight, inner hearing. You may hear the distortion, Ashe. And they may be saying something nice on the outside, but you hear something else behind it. And so this is what I want us to pay attention to. This is the end all be all, or in the graduation of time, as we're having this cosmic graduation, and things we're going through this threshold, and we're feeling the grievance. You're even going to feel the grievance and the loss and the frustration. A lot of us light warriors will feel the frustration um, of these people who are on lower vibrations and choosing to hold on to the shadows of 3D. We're now in a space where it's like we're frustrated because we can feel that we're fully breaking away from it. We feel the split, and it means we can no longer. It's frustrating because as much as we want to integrate with them a certain way, we can't integrate with them that way, and you feel it. And it means that you have to say a hard no for certain things. And it's something simple. Like, I'm really expressing this to you all because this was something simple for me. I was asked to do a favor, and it was like, yeah, I can show up. I can, come to court. This is like 3D stuff. Oh, you need support in court. I can do that. Then I had to stop. There was another factor in the mix, which was another family member that did not want me there, because it said that I am, look how she stands for the truth, as if it's irrational, like I get irrational over truth. And I don't argue with anybody, but it comes across as irrational to them because they want to stand in their lies and deceit. And I continue to say, no, that's not it, because I'm not gonna let you. This is another phase that I've been in lately, where if that's how you feel, that's okay, but I'm not gonna let that energy that is behind you, that is working through you, I'm not gonna let that energy sow inauthentic seeds in my vibratory field, or in the vibratory field. We are all warriors of the light, and we are all pretty much protectors of this vibratory field. That's the light grid that's raising the frequencies and raising the vibrations. And if we're going to continue to hold sacred space, then we are responsible, where anywhere or anyone who is showing up inauthentically, we have to call it out, or we have to say, I see you, or we have to let them know, no, it's not enough to sit quiet or allow them to turn things around on you. And it's not about arguing, it's not about debating, it is simply not accepting what they want you to accept. And that is really bothering them right now, in the desperate energies, in these times where the desperate energies are desperate to sow seeds of inauthenticity, because they're trying to stitch that field. They're trying to stitch that field that can help maintain them in the collapsing world, in the collapsing timelines. They feel the collapse and they don't want it. So it's operating in these different ways. So I say this so that we hold ourselves accountable and responsible, that when things are said, we say no. And that's now what I'm known for. So I stand for truth, and that is a problem to them. Where you look at it and you say, we go into court anyway. This is where, when you go, they say, put your hand on the Bible, and or do you swear? These are supposed to be, Christian people. So they say. And again, this is why they're collapsing with the timelines and their religion and everything with it, because these are toys of the light. They've been playing with the light, and they don't honor true authenticity. It's imitation. It's what's the word? Hypocrisy. And it's intensive, not intensive, that's not the word. It's such a hypocrisy. It's chronic. It's chronic hypocrisy, to the point where it's taken to chronic hypocrisy to, I call it, to schizophrenia. It becomes a schizophrenic society, chronic hypocrisy. So I say this so that we understand, overstand, and understand we can't be the ones to allow this field, inauthentic field, Right? Not saying we got to go and being gladiators and, lighting everybody up, but in the truth that you stand in and where you go. And when people choose to come around you and integrate with you, this is the vibratory field that we set boundaries for. And we have to set it in a way where they know if they come into this boundary, it's going to be truth. I'm only going to stand in truth. I'm not going to help you live in your lie. So if you're looking to be comfortable in your illusion, and it feels like an erratic to them, it feels like an attack to them, then this is not where you need to be. And we have to make up our minds. So I say all that to say I had to peel back and really look at, and I'm saying this to share it with you all so you know how to look at certain things. So this was a simple, hey, can you come here for me? But when another family member makes a statement, it shows me who they are. And in that, the family member that asked me for the favor, their response was not honoring the truth of who I am. Their response wasn't, no, this person, honors truth. And there should be nothing wrong with honoring truth. That wasn't the response. Their response was, yeah, okay, I understand what you're saying, but she knows better. As if, and I know they meant well, and it's as if they're picking up for me. It's as if they're saying, no, no, she won't do that. And that's not what I need as to be represented as truth. When I looked at that, I saw that as one family member definitely has a problem, and this is an elder. One family member definitely has a problem with me being the way I am with truth, which is honoring truth no matter what, discipline wise. They have that problem. And the other family member who's asking me for the favor is saying, no, she'll do right, as if I work for them. Like, so when I looked at everything, I had to say, this is not honoring the truth and the truth of who I am. And they can't see me. They don't honor me. They don't respect me. I don't hate them for it. I send nothing but love. But in truth, I can't go where you are. I can't go and do this for you because you cannot receive me. If you can't receive truth, then you cannot receive the truth that I walk in and the light that I walk in. My light is too much for you. So I'm going to respect your space and not be there. And I had to politely decline. I had to let that family member know, hey, I came out of meditation and, through spirit's guidance, which is a spiritual guidance, that I won't be able to attend. I made sure I was, clear on what it is. I got to stay in sacred bounds and not put myself in certain environments. So I don't have to even be too detailed because all they're going to do is argue back with you. I'm sharing this as an example for those who have to deal with people like this in their families. You don't have to give a detailed example. You just say to them, hey, I have to do what's best for me. I can't be put in certain environments. They don't need to know anything extra. Okay? If they ask, well, what do you mean? What environment? It's just something that I got to sit with right now. If you can feel the truth of them and you feel that they can handle the truth without debating with you, which, as I just explained to you, these are people who can't handle the truth by what they said. Right? And the person who did not stand for the truth for me means it tells me that they agree, that there's some kind of demon bonding there. And all it is their unhealed wounds that they don't like to face. And in the bloodline, I stir that up. As I do my soul work, I stir that up. As you do your soul work, you stir up your bloodline. You boil the blood. It's boiling in the pot for them. And you're the one that's making it hot. You're the one that's turning up the heat. You're the one that's accelerating it. And they feel that. So then they may not know it specifically, and they don't know why they're a little annoyed with you or agitated with you, but their demons do. That parasite that has a hold of them through their unhealed wounds senses you boiling the bloodline. They feel it because it's in the database, and they're like, ooh, it's her. Ooh, it's him. We can't stand. We're annoyed with him. Because then that parasite knows that if you shine bright enough and bring exposure and revelation to its host, then it will rid itself of the parasite. And the parasite does not want to go. And so the parasite only has power as per the host who is desperately holding on to their wounds because they think it's them. They have no clue that they are taken over by parasitic energy. And the parasite hides in them, letting them think it's them. But the parasite is also the one who's getting hit with the pebbles as you amplify on the light grid, as you do your soul work. Every time you do it, it boils the blood, it stirs something in the blood, and then the parasite feels it. Ashe. So let it boil, right? See, Marie is like, let it boil. Right? And I'm not, we don't mean them no harm, but they got the consequences and repercussions. They have a choice, just like you. They can choose to infuse with the light. They can choose to rid themselves of their unhealed wounds simply by facing them. And I know that that sounds simple, but it's hard for those who are embedded in their wounds. It's a deep demon bonding, a deep parasitic bond, and they feel like it is the truth of them. So anyhow, I don't want to go too deep into them. I really want to focus on us, that this is what we have to do in these times. So while you're home in the week, take my example if you can. Look out for things like this. Look out for loved ones who may be asking you to do so, because that's how it's going to come. Most of you are already in your own sacred bubble. So the way that it's going to come is going to come through family members and friends that are asking for a favor, and it's making you feel like, can you please do this? And at surface level, it may seem like it's no harm, but I ask you to take a deeper look. Look through that veil because it's very thin. Look into the energy realm and look at what they have been doing and saying. Just allow spirit to play back certain things, just like I did. I removed myself out of the way, because for me it was like, oh, what harm could it be? I just go there and it's not. And it's like, wait a minute, it's not about you, it's not about them, but it is. It's like, peel that back and look at the energy, look at the truth of the energy. Do they respect you who stands in spirit? So do they respect spirit? No, they don't honor the light that flows through you. So stop right there. That means they can't handle your light. That means you may have to just say no. Right? So as much as you may feel like you want to help, even with your children, you have to know when to say, no, I cannot help you through this. I will not help you through this. Because you have to honor yourself. You can take more time with your children, take time to show it to them because these are your children. But to those outside of you who persecute you, those family members, those friends there, and you can feel it, no. Whatever it is that they need during this week specifically, I'm saying that we have to say no. Stay within your sacred bounds. Meditate. Allow these, because these things are also coming up because of the wounds. Even with you, there may be some connected wounds there even with you, and it's flushing through you. And as it's flushing through you, the energies, because energies know you, the energies are utilizing these other parties to either trigger, to call you out, to waste your time, waste your space, to use you, to drain you, to siphon your light. Oh, that was the next one. There was another family member that was insisting that I go. And this was like a feminine energy, insisting that I go. And I could really sense the persecution from this one. So it's like, I know you don't want me to go because you prefer me just out of like. So I had to look at that. Spirit, what is that? And it reminded me of something that I noticed recently. And it brought me back to that situation. So I'm sharing that with you. There was a situation where I showed up and I knew that I was being the light that was being used for that particular event. It's that serious. The energy knows where to go and find you. And so those of you that are the light of the family, they may not like you, they may persecute you, but they will definitely use you. They will use your light to fuel favor in their need for you, whatever it is that they need, which in this situation, they wanted me to go. The other family member that was insistent that I go is because you're aware of my light. You don't like my light and you persecute me. And if we're to have a sit down, you push back my light. You resist my light actively, but you know my light. And that says something in and of itself. And I couldn't allow that energy to use me. So when I saw that, it was like, I really have to say no, because I know that you're using my light, which means you want to siphon my light. And that's misuse and abuse of our light. It's not energetic reciprocity. So when you see that there's no reciprocal energy, it's only using, it's one-sided, it's taking, taking, taking in a misappropriated way. So when you see that, when you sense that, and that was what made it a hard no for me. The other two that I heard their conversation, it was like, yeah, but when I realized that the other one, the third party, insisted that I go, knowing how they really feel towards me and knowing how much they reject my light, I can't even have any in-depth conversation with that person. Everything has to be surface level, like really surface level type conversations. So that means you have a true resistance to anything about my love, my light, my truth. So for you to insist that I be there, that is using. So faithfully, I'm sharing this so that you all see, you recognize you may be in some of these situations. I know I'm not the only one. And I'm being transparent and sharing this particularly so we understand how to maneuver and how to navigate through these energies, and they're going to be coming for you. Okay? And I'm not saying this for doom and gloom. It's awareness. I want you to be aware of how these energies are coming sideways, back ways, nice ways, smile ways on their faces. But you have to discern. We got to turn up our spirit of discernment and discern what is the energy behind them. Know the difference between genuine communication and frequencies of distortion. This is imperative, right? Let me see what C. Marie is saying. That has been my recent, with a friend. Yeah, they want to girl talk when they're searching. Yes, be mindful of these. Like they're what I call monitoring spirits. And they want to feel you out. They want to pull you in and pull you down, because it's a test too. They want to see if they can pull you to their side, because you know you're not supposed to be gossiping and complaining. Like, you know the frequencies and how we have to be having healthy communication and things that are not good for the throat chakra. Like, those of us who know, you know what you're not supposed to be doing. So you'll have people like this kind of test you and call you out. Like, I just want to talk to you about something. Be careful of those who are drawing you out, because they'll act interested in you as well. They'll say, well, tell me more about that spiritual thing you're doing, or tell me, like, they'll ask about these things. But you really have to use your spirit of discernment, and know, you can tell, is it genuine communication? Do they genuinely want to know, or can you feel them drawing from you because they want to, or because they just want to waste time? You will find that you may really supposed to be about your spiritual business doing something else, and they somehow have called you at a specific time. And then this how you know when you have been distracted. If there is something that you're supposed to do and someone happens to call you or have a conversation with you, and then you end up, going longer than expected, or, it happens to all of us. And then when you're done, you're like, damn, I was supposed to. They got you. It's as simple as that. And the energy knows where to find you when you about to do something important. It could be that you were supposed to sit down and journal. You were going to sit down and do a meditation, and then you just get that phone call. And then it's a conversation that goes on and on. By the time you turn around, they done drained you. You feel drained, and you don't really quite feel like going into that meditation again. So then you turn around, you're like, man, I was supposed to do that. And that could have been a meditation that was going to be insightful for you or take you somewhere. It might have been one of the meditations where you travel. You were supposed to go somewhere. You were supposed to have some type of deep meditation, out of body experience, or you were supposed to have some kind of galactic communication, some type of intercommunication. All right? Exactly. Yes, see, Marie, it is very draining. I'm having certain conversations that it's like watching paint dry. It's like, and I want to stay, I have to find the balance. We have to be in compassion. It's not to downplay them either, because everybody is where they are. And it's not to force them to come up either, but it's to do the best for you so you can find your soul family, because we're expanding and we're finding each other. It's to give space. When we let go of those lower connections, it opens us up, expands our bandwidth, and we're able to connect with others on the light grid. They don't want us connecting. That parasitic energy, those shadows, those desperate energies, it's as simple as they do anything to keep us from lighting up and connecting, because there's power in divine synergy. That's why it says where two or more agree. There's power in collective energy, and they know this. So while you're being, it may seem simple, like I'm talking about it like, oh, all you did was, okay, so you got distracted by a phone call. No, that was a major distraction to keep you from getting into your meditation that was going to take you into something else that was going to line you up and line up the coordinates for you to meet with so and so, and and so on. Like it messes up a range of things. It's bigger than you think, and it's not the end of the world. Because we'll always catch the next round. If it's meant to be, it's going to be. It just causes a little bit of a delay. And that's it. They can't stop the light. They only cause delays. So I'm saying this to you so we can be very wise using our wisdom of the gut, which is discrimination and discernment. Use your discrimination. Don't be afraid of that word. Discrimination is discernment. And we need to free our solar plexus. Right now, we're all have been hit in our solar plexus. This is why I got to do the solar plexus workshop. We want to free this up so you can be clear in your wisdom of the gut. You can be clear and you can feel confident and empowered to discern unapologetically, to be able to do something like what I had to do today. Yes, I said yes. But when I sat with spirit and I looked at what was really happening, I had to call, send a message and be like, look, I need to not be in certain environments. And I had to hold truth to that. Did I feel in my flesh? I felt a little bad for that family member that I did tell that I would be there. But I had to keep looking at the truth. No, you don't respect me anyway. And I don't mean you no harm, but I can't give you more than you can bear. You can't bear my light, so I can't give you fruits of my light. That's how we have to look at it. It's not you being mean to them and being like, oh, they don't see who I am, so I'm not going to do. It's not a get back tit for tat. It's being in truth and recognizing what they can handle of your light. Because if not, when we not paying attention to it like that, we're imposing our light. Unknowingly, we don't mean to, just like they don't mean to do what they do, but we're all acting out unconsciously. So we have to be intentional about the awareness of the light that we carry. And just like the divine never imposes, we have to honor that. I don't want to impose on you it's about principality and spiritual integrity. I am not here to impose on you. And if I come here in this way with my light, knowing that it is a disgust and a disdain and it's a problem for you and you persecute me, you can't handle this light of truth. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to respect what you can handle, and I'm going to stay away, even though you didn't tell me that, right? They don't know this, so they're not going to tell you, yeah, I can't handle your light. They're not going to tell you that. But energetically, if you pay attention to how they are being, what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're expressing, this is 5D, y'all. Expression, the fifth chakra, is expression 5D is the expression of creation in time. It is the atmospheric body. So pay attention to these true expressions so that you know where to place yourself. They're not going to tell you out their mouth. They may if they're raw, but you'll hear it. But for the most part, you'll see it in actions. You'll see it in the way they gravitate towards you, or you'll feel the resistance towards you, even though they have smiles on their faces. Right? It's time. Oh, I can't see what you're saying exactly. And then she says, oh, C. Marie says, I agree. I still love and show compassion. Exactly. I'm a tired. Oh, I can't see what it says. I see I'm a, and then I can't see. I didn't walk out with my glasses again. Excuse me. My apologies, Kim. Oh, I just saw who that was. Hey, Kim. Peace, love, and light. You getting your calendars this week? It's all getting shipped out Friday or Saturday. That's another reminder for those who want their calendars. The first shipment is going out this weekend, the end of this week, Friday no later than Saturday. So those of you who made your payments, thank you for the support. You're going to get it. You're going to get it. And those of you who made donations from previous and are due to get it, please email me so I can make the connection on which donation is whose, or, so I can get your address. I'll know the donation, but email me so I can get your address. Did you get my email? Yes, I did. What, did you give me one? Email me at Akila. You might have emailed me at Divine Energy. And I'm not getting anything through Divine Energy. That's why I've been given the other email. So email me at akilatextry@gmail.com. I'll check the emails, tonight when I'm done with this, and I'll look at it and see. Because I think you have my new email as well. But I'll double check it. So these shipments are going out this week. First shipment. I'm excited. I'm excited to do the workshop. So faithfully, what I'm saying is able to help you all. Please know the difference between genuine communication, frequency distortions. It's a lot of distortions out there. I'm not saying this to beat down on anybody's family members. I'm not even beating down on mine. I love them. And in and through that love and loving of myself, I have to be honest with the frequencies. And they have some distortions in the frequencies, and we can't give into those distortions. So when you see something, call it out. If you hear something, I had to make a phone call back and say, hey, in true conviction, I just got to clear this up. You don't have to agree with me, but I'm just going to say what I saw in the energy. And I'm simply saying it because I have to let that energy know that I see you, peekaboo. And he was like, okay. And they'll have their reason and their excuse, and even in what they're saying, I could still see that they don't see what I'm saying with these two eyes. But I know that energy behind it. I had to let it know, look, you didn't pull one over on me. Because that's the thing I want to let y'all know. They will come to you and talk to you about something because they want your, if you don't say anything, it's as if it slides under the radar. And it has its host, the parasite has its host believing that inauthentic thread was stitched or sewn, if you get what I'm saying. So when you call it out, it's like busting the seam or breaking that stitch. Like, nah, get out of here with that. I see you. Go stitch that somewhere else with somebody else, but not with me. Because remember, when they do it with you, you are a light. You are a light warrior. You're more powered up. You have more potency in your field. So it's like getting the seal of approval from you. So you help to seal their delusion, if you will. You help to seal their delusion and the illusion that they want to believe. Your seal or stamp of approval it helps to strengthen their inauthenticity. So if you don't say something, it's much more dangerous than someone else who's not at your level. They can get away, they can not say nothing, and it's not as detrimental, if you get what I'm saying. But for those of you who are light warriors, it's detrimental. So it's important that we honor the truth that we stand in. It's important that we take this time this week to let the emotional thrush flow through you, because you're flushing through things of multiple timelines. This is our great opportunity to get through past lives, ancestral traumas, and traumas that we picked up in this lifetime to flush through us. So do the grounding intentionally, like it's medicine. Ground like it's medicine that you got to take. Kind of look at it like that. Take a sick week. Look at it like this is a sick week. I'm taking a, I don't want to call sick on nobody, but this is a quote unquote sick week. And the medication that I need to take is I need to ground. I need to get my dose of grounding, whether it's in the morning, in the afternoon. Maybe you need to do it twice a day. Maybe your dose needs to be 3 times a day. You are your own physician. So monitor that and know that this is what needs to be done right now. I'm giving you practical application of how we can navigate through these frequencies right now. So look into that, and use your medication of meditation, grounding meditation, and be very, very intentional. And that's what's going to help you, through this week. Is there anything else? Allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to be mad, allow all emotions to come up and simply process them, face them. Say, yes, I see you, I feel you. Where is it that I don't feel worthy? Because you want to clear out that solar plexus that has a lot to do with self-worth. Why do I feel angry? Why do I feel jealous of another? Because I don't feel like I'm worth this abundance, tapping into this abundance. Where is this in me? And then face it and flip it. This is what we're responsible of doing this week. So my advice to you before I go, this was something I thought about. As I say, take a sick day. I was like, some people just really need to take off. Like today was one of those days. Monday was one of those days. And today was one of those days, as today is the actual meetup with the moon and those 2 planets. So this would be one of those days where when you get up, you call in and you say, hey, I'm not gonna make it in. I'm not gonna be able to work up to my best performance. I'm not gonna be able to give you the best. Like I won't be able to come in today. I will take a sick day. You don't gotta go into details, but this is why we gotta be spiritually responsible. It's not just living in this 3D world. Understand your spiritual responsibility, and when you see what's happening, take your day. They take holidays. Take your holy day. Call in. Don't be afraid to call in and be like, not today. The best thing you could do for yourself is when you wake up or you feel these energies, you feel the thrush, you need time for yourself to allow this to process. Take the day off. You will be all right. They will be all right. Put yourself first. Don't even look at it like, well, my paycheck gonna be short, because now you're looking at lack again. All of that is lack. If you really gonna have faith in abundance, be faithful. Walk in your spiritual fruition. Walk in your spiritual faith and say, you know what, I'm gonna take this day off. If it's tomorrow, if you didn't get to do it today and you still feel heavy from you probably was feeling it from Sunday or Monday, and then you felt a bit intensity of it today and it was a lot, take off tomorrow. Don't be afraid to call in and be like, not going to be able to make it today. I'll take a day of leave, or I'll take a sick day. I'll be in tomorrow if I have to. If you can make it, if you could take two, whatever works for you. But take that day off and just sit and ground and write and journal and tap into yourself. Ashe. All right. She's like, you are always on time in the space, child. All up in the space and in the place, because it's time, space, reality. And we share this space. When we interface, Ashe. So with that said, I'm going to leave it there. I know I said a lot. I have a video I recorded right before this, so I'll go and drop that, kind of sharing something about the density, so you can go and peek at that when you're ready. Thank you for those who came through. Kim, Kimberly, C. Marie. I'm going to check the email, and remember, you all can get your 5D calendars at a 5D corner near you. And on the 5D calendar, today is the 7/7 portal, by the way, just letting you know. 7/7 portal. I talked about it in the video that I'm going to drop. So just know 7th month, today being the 16th is a 7, so it's the 7/7 portal. If you look at 2/5, 7/7/7. Ashe. So with that said, love you all. Love yourselves enough to take time with yourselves. Each one, reach one, teach one. If you don't know where to start, start in your big, beautiful heart. Shine your light from the inside out and be the candle that lights the next one and the next one and the next one. Peace, love, and light.